If we're being honest, traditionally, setting up a VPN, it's complicated and it requires maintenance to keep things secure and reliable. So instead of walking you through how to do all of that and keep it maintained, we distilled the entire setup down into a single config file. Literally this. These 100-ish lines contain all the information our server needs to set up the VPN, create a firewall to keep it secure, and handle automatic updates for both the operating system and the VPN software, which is called Tailscale. It has a ton of cool features, but most importantly for us, it makes the setup much easier and it allows us to use existing accounts like Google or GitHub to log in. And the free plan is good for 3 users or 100 clients, so we're good there. Once you're logged into Tailscale, head to the keys section of the settings and generate an auth key, which is basically a fancy password our VPN server is going to use to log in. That auth key has to make its way into the config file I showed you earlier, but that can be tricky and kind of easy to screw up. So we made a custom tool, which will be linked in the GitHub, that you can paste your key into, and then it'll spit out a config ready to go. For the nerds out there who want to be able to remote into the machine, you'll probably want to add an SSH key, but if you don't know what that means, just skip this step. So we've got our VPN software and we've got a config file. Now we need to get them on Vultr. And that's where Flatcar, a lightweight operating system built for high security and more importantly, low maintenance, comes into play. You see, it's a little train car with containers on it. The container, that's our VPN. Anyways, back on Vultr, click Deploy New Server and select the region you want to use. If you're not trying to get around region restrictions, you can pick whatever region is closest to you. If you are, pick whatever region is closest to you in an area that doesn't have those restrictions. Now, there are a lot of plans to choose from, but we found these shared CPU high frequency ones to be the best bang for your buck. Specifically the $6 a month base plan, which includes a terabyte of bandwidth per month and can handle gigabit speeds without issue. You might be able to make it work with cheaper tiers, so let us know down in the description how that goes. Disable automatic backup since we won't be storing any data on the machine. Select the stable version of Flatcar Container Linux, and then select Cloud Init user data. And that's where you're going to be pasting the configuration we generated earlier. Hit deploy, and while we're waiting for the VPN server to show up in Tailscale's dashboard, it's a great time to download Tailscale on whatever device you want to use your VPN with. So go to their website, hit download, install, and then once it's installed, log in. If you're on macOS, you have to agree to a few system prompts, but once that's done, it should just connect. Once you're logged in, you should see your client in the Tailscale dashboard, and hopefully by now, also your VPN server, which we have to make a few changes to. First, you want to go into Edit Route Settings and then select Use as Exit Node. This is going to allow us to tunnel our client's traffic to the VPN server, and then you want to disable key expiry. And you might also want to do this for your client as well.